name is Caroline McCarthy, and I'm a sophomore at UNC, and I'm from Long Island, New York. Sports have always been a major part of my life. From the age of 7, I was playing on an all-boys soccer team, as well as taking taekwondo in an all-boys class, so I learned to be tough from the start. As I got older, I started to play sports with more girls, and I eventually discovered lacrosse. And lacrosse was really complicated at first because I could not catch, throw, really do anything besides run and be tall, so naturally I became a defender. And as time progressed, I decided I wanted to make a career out of this and maybe even potentially play in college if I had the chance. So fast forward to my sophomore year, I'm about to go into a prime summer of recruiting, and I also was going to work at my sleepaway camp, which is an all summer camp, all girls, and it takes place over 9 weeks over the summer. And I really did not think it was going to happen for me. I said it to my mom, and she said, you know what, stay resolute and it will happen. So that summer, I only took 3 days off, and I took them off to go to the University of North Carolina on my visit. And a week later, I became a Tar Heel and was offered a spot to be on the Carolina women's lacrosse team. I had to pinch myself. I felt like I was living in a Cinderella story. And going into my junior year, I was already in school. I felt that nothing could be better. And then it was the county semifinal game of my soccer team, and I heard the pop. I had torn my ACL, my LCL, and ruptured my meniscus. You always hear about that injury, and you never think it's going to happen to you. And then it does, and you don't really know how to function at first. For the next 8 to 9 months, I spent taking part in grueling rehab and learning myself from the inside out in terms of physically and mentally. I don't think I've ever pushed myself that hard or been pushed as hard. And eventually I came back, and for that spring, when I was still in my injury, I learned to be a manager and watched my friends as they succeeded on the field. And it was hard, but it also taught me that I have other passions. So for example, in my senior year, I was like, let me pursue something different, and I tried out for my school musical, went on a whim, and was in The Little Mermaid. And I would have never felt comfortable doing that if I had not discovered other passions. And then fast forward to now, I'm at Carolina, and I recently made the decision to leave the Carolina women's lacrosse team. And it has been one of the hardest decisions of my life because I love my teammates, but I've learned that I have other passions, and I don't think I ever would have felt comfortable enough to take that step if I had not had my ACL injury and had been taught that I am more than the game of lacrosse and I'm more than sports. A dream career of mine would be to work either at a startup or a company like a Facebook or a Google and work on one of their teams with digital marketing or in terms of consumer relations. I want to work at a place that is a really inclusive work environment and has been promoted for its work culture, and both of those companies I've heard really incredible things about. At the same time though, I'm also willing to take a risk in working with a startup. The bottom line is that I want to work on a team and be in an exciting and collaborative environment no matter where I go, and so I'm flexible. I think that I would really love to take a gap year and potentially try to teach English in Latin America or South America. I've always had the dream of being fluent in Spanish, and I think that would be an amazing opportunity to do so, and I really think you can only learn the language by being completely immersed in a culture. So if I do not work for a Facebook, Google, or get one of those dazzling jobs, I think I would be totally okay taking some time off and working on myself.